Welcome, everyone, to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Robyn Zimmerman. Kicking off our show today is MWalls. She is the treasurer for Beaufort County. Maria, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So, how are collections going? Deadline was end of March, so
yes,
good?
We're doing great. We are now ahead of where we were the same time last year, and we are over a 96% collection rate, which is outstanding.
Now, why so successful, would you say?
Oh my goodness. I think we just have a great partnership with our taxpayers. I really do. We do everything we can to make paying as easy and simple as possible. And of course, we can't create the opportunity for them to have the money to pay, but our job is to remove the barriers and make it easy and convenient, and it's showing because our customers are taking advantage of that.
It's working.
Yes.
So we're really here today to talk about community outreach. Now, who would have thought that the Treasurer's Office would be involved in educating our community about property tax and really the whole tax whole dynamic, period. So talk about that.
And, historically, the Treasurer's Office didn't do any of that.
Right.
And I live here, I'm raising a family here, and part of my job is administering the delinquency process. It's horrible. You hear so many heart-wrenching situations or decisions that, if made differently, would have made the process less impactful on that property owner. And I'm the kind of person that absolutely is going to address issues that arise. But I'm also going to look for ways that we can avoid those issues in the first place.
Be proactive.
Exactly. And the worst thing, my team and I always say, the worst thing about the worst thing to be in the delinquency process is uninformed. Well, who has the information? We do. So I thought, okay, well, we need to get it out there. So we have, over the years, grown our outreach in the form of adding radio advertisements, doing public service announcements, and most popular is we do workshops. We've done a lot of them for different community organizations to talk about the tax process.
So what is the relationship you all have now with the Penn Center?
We've worked with the Penn Center and their team for quite some time on informing our property owners. But most recently, they have restarted or revitalized a program to help property owners get what I would call a grant or assistance in paying their property taxes. One of the requirements for a property owner to be in that program was to learn about the taxation process. And I was just so honored that they would ask me to help assist them and to provide that information. We did a great training video for their participants, and it is going to be super impactful, especially for our Heirs property owners in Beaufort County.
So what is Heirs property? Talk about that. It's very interesting.
It is. It's sad, and it is very interesting. Yes. It's not a large population of our properties here in Beaufort County, but the ones that we do have, it is very meaningful. And heirs property is when the owner is now deceased, they've passed away without a will or without the estate going through the probate process. So even though they may have been deceased for decades, if not longer, the property is still listed in their name because the estate never went through probate. And when that happens, there's still someone owns it, the heirs property. The heirs own the property. But because the listed owner is deceased, it makes them essentially ineligible for many of the tax discounts I've been on this show to talk about before.
Right.
Because it's the owner that has to apply. Well, if the owner's deceased, they can't do that.
So how can our viewers help with that process and help them to understand really what's going on?
Well, there's a lot of great resources and great people in our community helping heirs property owners. But if they would like to contribute to Penn Center's efforts, they can visit penncenter.com and reach out to their offices with donations to help assist and educate these property owners so that they can stay property owners in Beaufort County.
And so, Maria, we've talked many, many times on this show and also North of the Broad, and you always have such a passion for what you do, and that's so inspiring.
Thank you.
So again, just a final comment to our viewers about the importance of really your office and what you do and provide for our county.
Thank you. We're tax collectors, And you know what? I find it very fulfilling to be a tax collector in a way that serves my community. And, you know, I think we all know taxes are inevitable, regardless of what dollar amount we might agree on. But I want to do it in a way that our customers feel served and not just taxed.
And the website, you talked about the ads, the way in which you educate our community is so important because it is very complex. It's very confusing.
It is.
And that's one of your missions, you as a treasurer, to make sure our community, our citizens understand the process.
Yes.
So that they can be involved and pay their taxes when they need to be paid. And the why behind all of that, right?
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I believe that every one of us has gifts, right? There's innate gifts that we just have. And my gift is taking complexity and being able, hopefully most of the time successfully, being able to convey that in a simple way. Because most of the time it's not the ability to understand that's the problem. It's the delivery that's the problem. And we're working every day to make sure our delivery is the best that it can be so that all of our customers are informed.
Thank you so much, Maria
Absolutely.
Walls.
It's my pleasure.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town. Stay tuned.